inspirational.
Sounds so hot in here.
What is up, Dreamedia family? This is Zach. I'm here with Chana, TechnoDad.
Yo, what's going on?
We're actually in his house right here in Mammoth Lakes, California. We did a separate video where we actually went and checked out what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Getting the party started, hanging out at the ski resort, and living it up this morning.
I'm glad you guys had a good time. I hope you guys get to see that video. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I do it every week, so for me, it's almost like normal work, whatever that means.
It was really inspiring to see you out there, messing with the commercial equipment and kind of seeing how your passion spreads from the residential side over to the commercial side and actually the DJing and the live events and everything like that. So I'm excited for you to kind of take us through the house now, show us an overview of what you've done with the space that you have available. Yeah, just give a little insight into why you decided the products you have.
So the main thing that sucks is that this place is huge, right?
Yeah.
We've got the kitchen is open to the stairwell, and then we've got this 15.5 foot on this side, and we've got 8 foot over here. So it's almost double the height, the ceiling, right? So one of the things that was a big requirement for Sasha when we were house hunting here in Mammoth, which was tough, was that she needed to be able to see the TV from the kitchen. Yep. So we could, it is a weird space here, and we could, put the TV over there, and then you'd kind of divide up the living room a little bit. So this is like the way we can like maximize the space the most. And it's not ideal at all. But let's start it off over here. We've got the 83-inch LG OLED. We started off with 65, and then when I got a great price on the 83, so couldn't pass it up. And then the brand new speakers are the Focal 906 bookshelves with the matching center channel.
So these speakers, I remember, we have been talking for a while, and you found out that we were a Focal dealer, and you actually just were personally wanting to experience this exact technology, right? Like you had heard it in the past, you knew you wanted it in your home. You want to talk about maybe what drove you towards this particular brand and series within the Focal lineup?
Well, you guys sent me the Focal Aria 926, which are the towers.
Oh.
And I loved those things. You also sent me the 816, the Cora line, right, which is their entry level. Didn't really like those as much, but the Focal Aria 926 were fantastic, right? And I run them 2-channel, no subwoofers, and they were fantastic. And then, then I had this like hodgepodge. I've had like a hodgepodge of stuff, right? Like it's just all messed up, right? First I had like Klipsch, and then my high channels were SVS. Or first they were Klipsch. Then when SVS came out with the Prime Elevations, I was like, oh, that's the thing. So I had those, and then SVS sent me a SVS bookshelf ultra thingamajig to review. So that was cool. I had SVS up top, SVS at ear level, and then like all kinds of stuff happened. I had Martin Logans, I had different Klipsch, I had all kinds of stuff. And then the last thing was like 2 Martin Logan towers, Polk Audio Center, Polk Audio Surrounds, and then SVS up top.
So you've heard a couple speakers.
A lot of the time people like see these systems and they're like, they're fully done. But you didn't know that it took like so many years to get all the pieces together, right? Like even before this, like I was piecemealing my setup. I had this old 13-year-old setup, and it was like a Klipsch setup, and I was just like, okay, well, let me do this. Let me get a new main speakers, new bookshelves, right? And then, 6-8 months down the line, I got a new center channel. So it's like you can piecemeal together your setup. You don't have to buy everything at once. And I think that's one of the things where people just want to have the whole thing, but that's not really necessary. One thing that I learned with the system downstairs, because in my studio there's a 714 downstairs, all with the exact same speaker. Once I heard that, I was like, I need to have something upstairs here where all the speakers are almost identical, right? And so my thinking was, okay, who has little speakers that match they're drivers in all of their other speakers. And that's when I realized, whoa, Focal has these little flax domes that use the aluminum magnesium tweeter and the flax driver, just like the full Aria setup. And here we have the Aria surround. If we can get this.
Yeah, you got the bipolar surround
the
speakers.
The bipolar surround. So all the speakers have this driver and tweeter combination. And that's like one of the things about having, I wanted to have that cohesive system, that cohesive sound.
Have the same tonal balance throughout the entire space. You guys hear me talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
It really does make a difference rather than having a hodgepodge, like you said.
Like all kinds of different stuff, different materials, and you're going to get a different tonal characteristics from one speaker to the next. So now that they're all the same, it sounds so good. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, I actually fell in love with a very similar setup back in 2019. You guys have heard me referencing this a lot. It's why I brought on Focal, because I fell in love with them at CEDIA 2019 when they had their 300 series, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
You were at that.
We met there.
Yeah. So they had the 300 series in a 7-2-4 configuration in walls, but it's that same same drivers, tech, you know, it's the magnesium, aluminum inverted dome tweeters, and then the flax woofers, which is proprietary, and they're really well known for it. I mean, they have them in their high-end Cantas, too.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. So we have the 5 ear-level speakers, and then we have 5 height channels. Normally, it'd be 4 height channels, right? Or 2, 4, or 6. It'd be an even number, but I have the voice of God for Auro 3D. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then as for subwoofers, I've got a pair of Rel 15-inch Predators. These are the 1508s. Don't really look at them a whole lot. They just sit here. But I had a PB4000 Pro, PB4000, the SVS, and it was huge. It was like 1.5 of these things. Mm-hmm. And then so when I had the chance to get these in the house, I was just like, you know what? After a while, I was just like, in a living room, the PB4000, just way too much room. Too much room. It was good. Yeah. But too much room. So when I had a chance to get these in the house, I was just like, hey, this might actually fit the living room better. Home theater, where you have all kinds of room, everything's dark. Yeah, you stick a big subwoofer in the corner. No problem, right? But here, we have to look at it. And actually, I had the subwoofer over here.
For Auro 3D, there's no third number. So it's just your speakers and your subwoofer. So this would be considered a 10.1.
Okay.
Right? And this is running off the Marantz AV7706, which you sent. Basically, what Auro 3D wanted to do was they had their ear level speakers, then they have their second quadraphonic layer, and then they have a speaker up top to kind of complete a dome around you, right? For sounds that are directly above you, not like the ones diagonal, but directly above you. So
that's why they call it the voice of God.
Yes, it's called technically the top surround.
So whenever you're watching a Dolby movie, this is outputting in 524.
Correct.
And when you're in Euro, you're in
10.1. Yeah,
you're 10.1.
10.1. But if you have a bad Atmos track, you can select the 7.1 uncompressed track from the disc and upmix to Auro, and that, we'll try it. I already know what I think. I want to see what you think.
Okay. I had the Denon 6700H, which I got from Dreamedia as well.
Okay.
That is a 13-channel processor. It's an AVR that processes 13 channels.
Yeah, and 11-channel amplification.
Correct. And you can do a 13.1 Auro 3D setup with that. But I don't have space. I barely have space for this.
This is a pretty sophisticated system for a very an open concept living room kitchen space.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know what? I'm totally cool with keeping this 5.14 or 10.1, whatever you want to call it. So since this Marantz only did the 11 channels of processing, hi Blanche, hi. I was totally cool with it. So the Denon was downstairs. I think I'm gonna, sell that off at some point and keep this guy. And as far as content, I have the Zapedi reference, and there's another Zapedi downstairs with the hard drive, and that's pulling all the content onto here, which is then going through the receiver and displayed here. I also have the Revon 4K player Other than that,
Well,
Roku and Apple TV.
well, the 7706 is just a processor.
That's it.
So we got some amps around here somewhere.
There are. So
yeah,
if
what
you
are you
wanna-
rocking?
Right back here, and this is the cool part about this weird shape. I've got my rack. The very bottom level is like a power conditioner thing from Furman. This middle one here, this is the Parasound A51, which is a behemoth of an amplifier, 250 watts into 8 ohms, all 5 channels driven. And then the high channels are being powered by the Parasound A52 Plus. It's like its baby brother. So the high channels are getting 180 watts per channel. Completely unnecessary. Completely overkill, unnecessary.
I think that's about a wrap on this system here. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, because we're going to go and do a demo on this system and talk about it in a little bit more detail. You want to take us on further? Anything electronic related, guys.
Let's go.
Here at Dreamedia, I don't care if it's distributed audio, cameras, networking, sophisticated home theater, TVs, projector screens, like, we want to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
We have you covered on all aspects, even if you want a little Ring doorbell at the front. so show me what else you got.
We're going to the gaming cave.
Yeah, come on. We're going to start out with just a demo of this room.
This is the studio. This
Wow.
is quick recap. So upstairs we have 5.1.4 in a 4,300 cubic foot room. Here we have a 7.1.4 in an 1,100 cubic foot room. So we got 11 of the exact same little speakers. They're not the best speakers in the world, but they are versatile because they're mounted on mic stands, so I can change the level. So as you can see, we've got all the ear level speakers at ear level. So when you're in the chair, the one chair, everything is tailored to you. And that's it. And the Atmos and DTSX and everything, immersive audio, sounds so hot in here. Yeah.
So we're about to fire this thing up and give you guys a demo and my initial thoughts. I haven't heard it. Give us a quick little walkthrough.
I got a 16-channel mixer here, an ARP Odyssey remake. This is the fabled Moog Model D synthesizer. This thing is really badass. For the demo for the PB4000, I took this, I put it on top, I plugged it straight in to the subwoofer and just started playing bass. Just bass,
That's
rhythms,
cool.
bass, sounds and all that, kind of just dialing it in. It's a pretty cool video. This is like the station. This is where I shoot all my videos. This is like my camera I shoot with.
Okay.
And then this is like for my music production stuff. There's also, these are like 8-inch KRKs. This is an 11-inch Focal down there that goes with my production gear. That's more production gear. I used to do a live stream when COVID was out. So here I'd have my white decks and I'd live stream directly into this camera. We had the overhead camera. There was a side shot camera and everything powered off of that, or that blue PC down there. I'm a Mac guy, but the PC handles all the, the streaming. And then this side is kind of like the newer.
This is a very efficient space.
Totally. So basically, this is my little rack to review TVs. Like a couple of OLEDs just showed up last week, the LG and the Samsung OLED. So when I started to build this, I was just like, hey, what should I put down here? So right here, this is the Zapedi that's that has the hard drives.
This is how you're accessing your movie collection.
Correct. All that goes upstairs. Even the kids, my teenager, our teenager, he has a different competitor to Zapedi.
Okay.
It's called the Zydu, and it's just a little player. And since this is set up as a shared drive, it just pulls off the movies all on that device. So that works too. A Pioneer AVR here, which is running Dirac Live.
This is a unique piece that a lot of you guys probably aren't aware of. So ask our sales consultants about that when you call in. It's a pretty cool piece.
So with all this, I was just like, hey, I can try to make an 11-channel home theater here. So you can see these are the exact same speakers, and I chose these because I can put them on mic stands. I play Call of Duty in here. Oh my gosh.
Insane.
It's ridiculous. And I have a SVS PB1000 Pro here in the corner for bass duties for the home theater.
This is inspirational, and honestly, I was kind of geeking out, excited to get over here and hear this room, because you're actually like mixing and making Atmos content.
I got like 7 new tracks I'm working on, electronic music things, so those I'll be making Atmos mixes of too when they're done. So
You guys have to check out his music. It's super impressive. All right, guys, that is a wrap on the walkthrough here in Mammoth Lakes at TechnoDad's home. Big thanks to TechnoDad for having us over. Guys, we're going to make a bunch of micro videos for you. This guy is a wealth of knowledge and truly passionate about audio video in his professional life as well as his personal life. You got to go over there and subscribe to his channel as well. He's a killer YouTube channel, guys. All right, well, that's all I got for you. If you like the video, give me a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button down below. Until next time, this is Zach, Dreamedia Home Theater and Chana. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.